Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Two brand new knives from Benchmade. These were sent to me directly from Benchmade, which I appreciate because I've not been very kind to Benchmade over the last couple of years at least. A regular theme with myself and pretty much every channel that I'm aware of, people from the community, is, while Benchmade makes a good knife, their prices have been through the roof, right? So I appreciate that Benchmade is still sending me things to take a look at and not shying away from the criticism. I'm going to open these up and take a look at them. Today's video is in no way, shape, or form a review at all. I haven't even broken the seals on these. This is just an unboxing. The review, one of these is a variation of a knife that you guys are very familiar with, and one of them is brand new, or at least I think it's brand new. But the review for that knife will come down the road after I've had a chance to experience it. So thank you very much to Benchmade for sending these in and letting me share my thoughts with the community. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me. Let's go ahead and see what we've got. The black one is the one that's new. So this one we're going to start with. We're going to break the seal on it. See what we've got here. All these will be linked in the description as well. I'm fairly confident you're going to have to pay a lot of money. It's going to be probably more than you're happy paying, but I'll link them anyway. Oh, is it? Oh, there's something a little special here. Interesting color combo. Wow. Okay, so this is definitely the most. What's the way to put it? It's the most busy, the most personality imbued bug out that I've seen directly from the factory. This is actually a factory. It looks like it's customized. Sorry, removing the obsidian toenail here. It says S90V. What? I know it said. Oh, maybe it says right here. Yeah, there we go. S90V. That's it. That's all it said. It didn't say anything about what I assume is, it has to be micarta. Red micarta laid in. We have the orange backspacer and the orange studs. Weird color combination for me. Red and orange. But it is cool. I do appreciate the milling here. And is this a new pivot? Yeah, the pivot's got some interesting stuff going on there. Has it all? Let me compare it to my bug out. Well, these are custom scales though, aren't they? So that's not going to do us any good. So we have an S90V blade, which to my knowledge, Benchmade is heat treating to 59 to 61, which is right where it should be. S90V can go higher, but it becomes exponentially more brittle. So S90V 59 to 61 will absolutely outperform the vast majority, in terms of edge retention, will outperform the vast majority of steels that we see in the production knife market. So I think that's fine. You guys have heard my thoughts about the bug out a million times. I find it to be heavy lock stick there. Hold on, let's see if that's just a one and done. Oh no, that's real sticky. Jeez. So lock stick, in my experience with Benchmade knives, tends to be anywhere from very, very severe to non-existent in every single case, because I've owned and used many Benchmade knives. Every single case, it clears itself. Now this can take a day, it can take a week, or it can take multiple months. But eventually that crossbar lock settles in. I just wish that they would, have this kind of dealt with right out of the gate. But this one, oh man, ouch. So this came directly from Benchmade like this. Centering is off. Okay, let's see if we can, before I rant and rave about that, give me a second. Let's see if we can fix that with turn of the pivot. I don't like to see that from the fact, especially considering how much this is going to cost. T10. Come on. Oh, it was a little bit screwy, but it's still not fixing it. Why? Still not. Actually, it's still plenty loose. Is it solid on lockup? Yeah. This still feels like it's got plenty of room. No, now we're not. But even tight. So this knife has to be adjusted. I can do it, right? But this is like, come on. A lot of people, when I made that video about how to center your blade, I get a lot of people, who cares? Who cares? Okay, I'll entertain that. You're right. In this case, off-center blade will essentially affect this. None. A lot of people tried to tell me, you know, the reason it's off-center is because the lock bar is pushing against the blade. This doesn't have, it's a crossbar lock, right? And even still, a frame lock or a liner lock, even with the tension, they are expected to come from the factory nowadays with centered blades. So will this affect you functionally? No, probably not. Is it annoying considering how much this certainly costs? Yes. I think the vast majority of you would agree with me. Yes, this came directly from Benchmade to me, a knife reviewer who's going to point this out. Benchmade. You got stuff like this has to be right. It's got to be right. This is a fairly cool variation of the Benchmade Bugout, a model that I personally am not like over the moon for, but it's way better than the hollowed out injection mold plastic scales that come on the standard one. Yuck. Hate that. Much prefer this. The aluminum. It has to be aluminum. Do I have is the little case thing, the little S90V? It doesn't say anything. Maybe it is. I'm almost certain that it's aluminum, but I'll correct it if it's not. Yeah, it's cool, but like, come on. Admittedly, it's pretty rare for me to get a Benchmade knife, especially directly from Benchmade, that's this off. But this is just annoying. So I would have to adjust each of the body screws, and this is running on phosphor bronze washer, so I don't have to worry about over-tightening the pivot. And I'm certain that I could get it centered. The process, whatever they're doing, you know, to machine these and like the tolerances and everything, it should be adjusted so that the vast majority of things, these things are coming from the factory centered. I know that that's not the case because I get comments all the time from people saying that my Benchmade that I bought from whatever retailer, you know, it ended up not being centered. So that's annoying. It's not what people like to see. So that's a little bit disappointing. Let's open up this second one here and see what we've got. This is either the return of a model that I had forgotten about. I mean, it is like this is a model that used to exist just in larger form, but I'm not sure if they've ever done a mini. Maybe they have. But this is the mini Bedlam in S90V. Is it? Well, what does it say? Oh, it says manual. Okay. So if I remember correctly, yeah, this is a bit of a nasty one. Okay. So right off the bat, this is a far more impressive looking knife. This is, and listen, the price on this is going to be outrageous. But before I've looked at it, before I've ruined my opinion of this knife from the price tag, I'm just going to try to appreciate this for a second. Look at that carbon fiber. That melty, like lava, almost like river flowing carbon fiber. So cool. So cool. Is this one centered? Yeah, it might be slightly off to the right. Again, annoying. Did I just mash it back? I think it might be still slightly off to the right. So, oh yeah, that wicked Persian style blade. Trailing point. This is crazy that this is the mini. Well, did the mini exist before? I honestly can't remember. I remember the full-size Bedlam, and that thing was nasty. This is a nasty knife. Definitely way less stick than the Bugout I just looked at. And no play on that. So that's good. Nice stonewash finish, S90V. You know, at least considering the price, and again, these are American-made knives. We always have people chiming in that they can get S90V and carbon fiber through this knife or less. And you can. Most of those that you're going to mention are made in China. But we have companies like Hogue and a number of others that are producing American-made knives with similar or identical materials that are often over $100 less. So I don't know at what point Benchmade thought, screw everybody else, we're just going to charge whatever we want. I don't know why that's happening. Because I really like Benchmade knives. I do. I just can never, even as somebody who does buy super expensive knives that go way beyond what we typically see from Benchmade, I only make a purchase if I feel like that specific knife is justified given all of the different elements, you know, on said knife. So obviously a knife that's handmade and, you know, small batch or one-off, made with exotic materials, right? I'm going to pay more money for that. But on a knife this is a production knife. There is nothing special about Benchmade versus, your American Kershaw, your Hogue, your Zero Tolerance, right? Your Microtech, right? A lot of people, it's kind of like you talk about Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Ram. Yeah, they've all had up and down years, but like, I shouldn't go there. People, that'll create an even bigger argument, right? But we're in production knife territory. So people will swear by certain brands. But they're all made essentially the same way. In the United States, yes. Mass produced, yes. Quality, yes, but mass production. So we are not looking at Rick Hinderer territory, Les George, mid-tech territory. We're not looking at Chris Reeve territory, Demco territory, right? We're not looking at that territory. That's the territory where a lot of these prices are far more justified. We're looking at production USA knife territory. So I love how this looks. I think it's super cool. Such a wicked design. I hate the wiener clip, but Benchmade has a bunch of clips that'll work for it. Love the color, the deep matte bronze with the carbon fiber in that S90V blade. I think it might have looked actually a little bit cool if they had done like the satin DLC on it. That would have looked awesome. Maybe they'll have that as an option. This is really cool. I'm just worried that it's going to cost like $400 or something insane. No, I mean, if we find out that this is, I don't know, like $250, okay, sure. I just, Benchmade has gotten so out of control with their pricing. I just expect it to be like $100 to $150 more than what I feel like would be fair. So I think the way that they do this and the fact that it's manufactured in the United States and outside of this weird centering issue, like a $250 price tag on something like this would be pretty justified. But hopefully not a crazy amount. Now, it's possible that I'm eating my words right now, and the price on this is completely reasonable. That would be really cool. I'm going to carry, obviously I'm not going to review the Benchmade because I've already reviewed the Bugout. But I will give this away 100% during a live stream, and I will make sure that it's centered before I give it away. I'm going to make sure that it's centered. I'll center it before I do that. And then same with this one eventually, but I am going to do a full review on it, so I'll carry and use this knife beforehand. So anyways, I'll have links for these guys down in the description, but that's going to be pretty much it today. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.